Hello there, welcome to Yearly Reviews, the show where I review all the games that I've played through the year of 2020. Now, 2020, glad you asked, it's a pandemic, we've got nothing to do, and I was bored. So, without further ado, let's get on to today's review. So, a couple of reviews ago, I reviewed the first two games of the Zero Escape series, and if you remember correctly, I said that we would get to reviewing the third game, Zero Time Dilemma, in the future. Well, today we're doing just that, and look, I'm going to be honest, the Zero Escape fanbase is pretty divided on how to feel about this game, and I'm not really sure where to place my thoughts on it, so hopefully by the end of this review, we'll figure my thoughts out. If you've played a Zero Escape game, the basic premise is the same. 9 people are kidnapped by a figure calling themselves Zero, and they have to escape the facility by any means necessary. But now, the characters are divided into groups of 3, with the player taking control of the team's leaders. 3 new characters by the names of Carlos, Q, and Diana. Also, some characters from the previous 2 games make an appearance here, so if you're invested in that, there's that. So first things first, we're going to talk about the positives. The first thing I like to mention is the cast. I personally feel that the team leaders are some of my favourite characters in the series, and I all around like every character. Well, nearly every character. Plus, this game has a dog in it, so it's gonna be good. I also like the character and setting design. It has a semi-industrial look, which works well with the atmosphere. Also, I think that this game has the best Zero in the franchise in terms of character design and actually being involved in the story. So he's great. Until it's revealed who he actually is. But now, we have to get into the negatives, and oh boy, are the problems apparent. My main gripe with this game is that it just doesn't feel like a Zero Escape game. What do I mean by this? Well, let me explain. So in each game is a flowchart, and from the flowchart, we can sum up the story into 4 parts. The story, the endings, the choices, and the escape rooms. So this is the chart for 999. The story takes a large presence here, but as well as the escape rooms. And in my opinion, the story and the escape rooms are kind of the wide margin for the entire Zero Escape series. So we move on to VLR, and it's introducing game overs now, so that's a new factor. But the story is still taking a large presence. The escape rooms have kind of one-sided a little, and the choices are more apparent now. However, now we have to get onto ZTD, which takes a massive nose turn because if you see the story right here, for some reason it's buffered, but the story right here is taking a large presence, it's still a large presence, but the fucking escape rooms have minimalist now, and it's taking the place of the choices. One thing that's jarring is the departure from the visual novel genre to a more cinematic approach, with the characters being mostly 3D animated, which, let's be honest, isn't the best. Most of the time, not even playing the game, we're just watching the fuckload of cutscenes. Also, grab a snack because it's going to take at least 15 minutes until you get to some interactivity. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm wearing a mask. This game is also massive, but that actually kind of hinders it. It tries to make everything make sense, but it just feels so disappointing. But the most painful flaw to me is the lack of escape room segments, which I feel is an integral part of the Zero Escape series. Also, these 2 characters. They're the worst. Now, when we get down to it, do I think that Zero Time Dilemma is a bad game? Honestly, no. It's a game where the flaws are very apparent and a bit disappointing at places, but it's certainly not a bad game. There are some aspects which the game succeeds in, but it just fails to live up to the expectations achieved by either 999 or VLR. Although it doesn't really affect my love for the Zero Escape series, I still love it to bits.